Hi guys, and welcome back to another Champions League prediction video. Into the semi-finals now. Two matchups, Man City taking on Real Madrid and Liverpool taking on Villareal. Now that was the big shock of the last round. Villareal knocked out German giants Bayern Munich. Didn't see it coming. But, could they cause another shock and knock out Liverpool? Villareal, they've got Unai Emery. Very good coach in Europe. He's done it plenty of times with Sevilla in the Europa League. Could he cause a massive shock here? Before we get into the predictions, make sure to like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Champions League content. Let's get into the predictions. And starting off with a match between two heavyweights, going to be so exciting and so difficult to call. Man City take on Real Madrid. Now, Man City, they won 1-0 on aggregate against Atletico Madrid, and they did so well in that second leg in Madrid, drew 0-0, but they were so well disciplined, weren't being sucked into any of Atletico's antics, managed the game really well, and got through. Yes, they didn't win that match, but they didn't need to. All they needed was to draw, and they did exactly that, and that was a very, very experienced performance from this Man City side. They're taking on Real Madrid, and Real Madrid have had a roller coaster of a Champions League campaign this season. It's been crazy. Real Madrid knocked out Chelsea 5-4 on aggregate. Benzema got a hat-trick in the first leg, and of course he scored the winner in extra time in the second leg. Who else but Benzema? He has been incredible this season. And I think Real Madrid have a chance of winning this whole thing because of him. If they get through against Man City, he will have scored a goal. He's just in that sort of form. He is unstoppable in this competition at the moment. And he has had a brilliant season domestically as well. The one thing with Real Madrid is they did show that they can be beaten. Obviously, they lost that game 3-2, the second leg, at the Bernabeu. They were okay with that because they got through. But at one point, they were 3-0 down against Chelsea. And Real Madrid looked very shaky. And I almost did think they were going to bottle it, just like PSG did the game before against Real Madrid. But the difference with this Real Madrid side is they've got the experience and they've got the discipline to dig deep and get what's needed. They were 3-0 down, looked like they were going out. They weren't really doing anything, and then the ball just falls to Modric, and he plays an incredible ball through to Rodrigo, who scores a very good volley, and then they're back in it, and they've got the momentum. And it just takes a player like that to switch a game, and Modric is a brilliant example of it. He can play a pass like that, open up a complete defence, and that goal got them through to extra time where they won it with Benzema. So, Real Madrid, they can have stages in games where they aren't great, but they've got the quality. And the experience and the discipline are the two main things. In the round before, you saw PSG lost their heads, getting booked, giving silly fouls away constantly against Real Madrid when they went down. Real Madrid, when they went down, dug deep and got the result. And that's what I think helps Real Madrid out so much in this. So for this first leg, it could obviously go either way. Both teams have ridiculous levels of world-class players. But I'm not favouring Man City to win, even though they're at home here, which surprises me. But as impressed as I have been this season with Man City, I do feel when it comes to playing big teams, I look at their squad and I don't see it in ways that I've seen it in previous seasons. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to go for Real Madrid to win either. I think this first leg is going to be very tense. And I'm going to go for a draw. But I don't know what score to go for because they've both got a lot of quality. They can both defend. But Man City play a high line. They have a lot of the ball, and I think when Real Madrid get the ball on the counter-attack, they're going to score some goals. So for this, I'm going to go 2-2. And our second semi-final is a very interesting tie. Liverpool take on Villareal. Now Liverpool, they went through an aggregate against Benfica, 6-4. But they'll be a bit worried with their Champions League performances recently. Now obviously they've done well, they've got to this stage. But they have shown that they can be a bit shaky at the back. You compare them to Man City, who, really tighten games up, they take control, they drew 0-0 with Atletico. Now I know Liverpool were already up, and they only needed a draw. They could have even afforded to lose by 1 goal in that second leg against Benfica. But they did let in 3 goals, and they play this high line, and I think if they come up against a team with a bit more quality, at being clinical at the top of the pitch, and they're a bit better structured defensively, they could lose, because they play this high line, they play very intense football, but if you beat that press and you've got fast players running in behind, teams have proven that you can get in behind Liverpool. You've just got to take that chance. And they seem to give away a lot of chances in the Champions League over the last few games anyway. So I am a bit worried about Liverpool. I think if they had Bayern Munich, I would have favoured Bayern Munich. But they've got Villareal. And let's talk about them, because Villareal have done a great job to get this far. Knocked out Juventus first. I think it was a tight lineup, but the name Juventus playing in the Champions League, obviously go back a few seasons, they were getting to the final consistently, and they were a very dominant force in this competition. And although they've struggled over the past few years, they've still got a lot of quality. Villareal get past them. They were brilliant in the second leg of that, especially. Then they get drawn against Bayern Munich, and you think, surely Bayern Munich win here. But Villareal get through. They win the first leg at home 1-0, draw the second leg away 1-1, at the Allianz Arena. And it was brilliant. They scored in the 88th minute to draw 1-1, and then Bayern Munich didn't have a response. They didn't have the time. And although Bayern Munich had a lot of chances, Villareal showed that they are a strong defensive unit. And I think that's where Liverpool could stumble if they do. This Villareal side, if you think about it, they don't really have anything to lose. Now, I know they're not really going to get to another semi-final of a Champions League for a very long time, I'd imagine. But they're here. They weren't expected to get here. I don't think they're going to show any fear against this Liverpool side. In fact, I think at Anfield, first leg, Villareal are going to come out of the traps flying and try and hit them early. Now, whether they can do that, I don't know. But if Liverpool keep playing this high line, Villareal might concede possession a bit, let Liverpool come up the pitch, and then try and get in behind. Because when you've got players like Chukwueze, attacking, he scored the winner against Bayern Munich. He's a very, very fast player. Danjuma as well. He was only at Bournemouth last season, in the Champions League. But now he's in the Championship, but now he's in the Champions League with Villareal, and he's had a brilliant season for them. Full of pace, skillful. They've got some very good players that can hit this Liverpool side on the break. And the reason I'm going for the result I am, Liverpool so far in the Champions League, round of 16, they won away, lost at home. Quarterfinals against Benfica, they won away again, drew at home. So at home in the knockout stages, they haven't actually won a game yet, and they've played Inter Milan and Benfica. So for this, I'm not going to go for Villareal to win, because I think that's a lot to ask for. But I'm going to go for Liverpool to have to do it away now, because they're away in the second leg. They've been home in the second leg each time. and they're going to have to go on the road and get something against this Villareal side, I think. I'm going to go here 1-1. So that's it for my predictions for these Champions League fixtures. Don't crucify me for that Villareal draw. Anything can happen in a game, and I understand Liverpool are massive favourites for that game. There's probably like an 80% chance that they will win. But I've just got this little feeling, there's this little narrative that Unai Emery is going to win that game and draw that game, and get a good result. And even if he does, it's not guaranteed he'll get through because Liverpool are a very strong side. Over 2 legs, Liverpool will be massive favourites. And I'm not giving anything away about who I think will go through. I'm going to wait for the second legs for that. But make sure, put your predictions down below, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Champions League content. We're near the final now, so very exciting, and I look forward to these first legs.